Okay, I'm live. Let me see if I can see it here now. Can I see it here? Sure enough, can maybe. Can I see it here? Where do you want to turn down? Okay. Hey, this is Autumn from Autumn in Asia. Um, I'm just today we're going to talk about international traveling because I'm going to be internationally traveling here really soon. I'm going to be going from like the title said, Los Angeles, California, Siem Reap, Cambodia. So I've been getting ready, packing, and just I got a list of stuff. Let's go through this. Cut to the chase. Here we go. Travel tips. Number one, no, traveling. There's a lot of different ways you can get your traveling stuff done. I mean, you can get a travel agent and have them do it all for you and cost you extra. And I mean, you're going to have to rely upon their due diligence, which is, I mean, probably pretty good and all that. But sometimes they'll miss out on things, certain things that you like that, you want to do a little bit more research from or on. So let's start out with the first thing, the cheapest and the fastest flight to where you're going. Okay. I should make a whole video about this, but I'll try to make it really short here. You go through the airlines themselves. Don't go through the third party, which I'm not going to name any of them. Some of them are, I deal with them when I have to, and but there's reasons, and I'll let you know about that. I do use the third parties. Okay, I'll say like Orbitz or some of the larger ones, Orbitz.com or Booking or whatever, Google Flights or whatever. I use them just to find out the flights, when they're leaving, how much about they cost, and you take a look at it. You take a look at it, a couple of months out if you can. And I would say it's like fishing, okay, to get a really good price. You kind of got to look at it every day. If you're out, 2 months out, you can kind of look at it every day when you're having your coffee or whatever. And you'll see, I might want this flight. It's a great flight. And the price is right. It's only, so many hours. So, you just keep an eye on that one, write down some notes if you need to. Look at it the next day and then the next day. Sometimes you'll see it go down, come back up, whatever. That's on the third parties. And lots of times when a flight gets really full, right before it gets full and they want to start a new one, because they got better seats and all that on a new one, they'll kind of discount them tickets for a day or two. And from Los Angeles to Bangkok, I've seen that difference up to $150 overnight. If you can save $150, that's a saving. And then I look at it after I bought that ticket, and yeah, sure enough, it jacked it back up. So I just kind of got to take a look at it that way, and that's the way I do it when I have the heads up on it. Yeah, I mean, then go through. The reason it's better to go through the airlines themselves is I've had some bad experiences with the largest booking company in the world. And I'll tell you the story right now about it. I went through this one particular company, a third party company, and it bought the ticket and everything, and then it was refundable. I know it was refundable. The airline said it was refundable. It was a JL, a Japanese airline. And anyways, I had to cancel it. This was during COVID, right? Oh, it was crazy. I had to cancel it. And so I tried to cancel it. I went to the third party that I went to. And they said, oh, no, you're going to have to cancel this through the airline. I said, okay. So I called up the airline. They were really good, Japanese airline. They were really, really, got on just like that. The lady that helped me, she was just really, really good. And she goes, okay, yeah, I gave the flight number, the booking number. And because the first three couple of letters or whatever said that it was refundable. She goes, yeah, absolutely, it's refundable. And she was checking it out. She goes, but, oh, wait a minute, we didn't receive your payment on it. And I'm going, well, I've got bank account that says I have. And she goes, did you do it through beep, beep, beep? company? I'm going, yeah. She's gonna have to go back to that company and they'll have to refund it for you. It is refundable. I said, okay. I got all the information from her. And then anyways, I went back to the third party and talked to them again. And they says, well, yeah, we don't take care of it. We have a banking system that takes care of it for us. So you're going to have to get a hold of, I can't remember what is Gate Pay or Gate something like that. And I'm going, you're the largest freaking company in the world that does this. You don't take care of your own. I mean, you farm it out. Okay. So they gave me some information and I got a hold of them. Kind of somebody that was just going right off of did you do this? Did you do that? And I told them everything and said, well, we're going to go ahead and have to call up the airline, the Japanese airline, and see what they have to say. And I said, well, how can I get a hold of you? He said, well, we'll get a hold of you. Thank you. Nothing else I could do. Goodbye. At that time, I knew I was beep. Yeah. So I went online and I Googled this company, and like the first three things that came up on the Google search was saying so-and-so scam, so-and-so scam. I'm like, oh my God. And I looked it up and I'm going, okay. The next day they sent me an email back, and I doubted if they actually even went on the line and went on and called the airline. And they said, yeah, no, the airline says it's not refundable. Okay, well, I couldn't reply to it. It was a no reply email address, and scroll down, contact. The only way, they didn't have an email address. They didn't have a phone number. The only way you could get hold of them is by writing them remember that? Writing them a letter, putting it in your freaking mail and send it to them. Okay, well, where am I going to send this to? And I look at it and it said somewhere in Sweden or Switzerland. I think it was Sweden. I'm going, oh, it's going to take like freaking forever. I mean, this is crazy. By the time, it was the whole thing was a scam. So anyways, yeah, it's kind of important, I think. And then sometimes here's one more thing about using the airline instead of the third party companies is sometimes it's cheaper, sometimes it's not. However, sometimes you will get more weight. That sometimes they'll say no, you can't have you got to pay extra for any check-in, and then you go to the regular line. And sometimes they'll say this, well, yeah, no, you got 2 free, or whatever, up to 100 pounds. And also, if something happens like when it happened to JAL, I would have got my money back. Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. Oh, wait a minute, you didn't pay it. You went paid through a third party. So that's, I think, why, for me, in my opinion, and my experiences, that I wouldn't actually book on these large. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about something else here now, and that's well, insurance. Insurance. It's been beaten to heck. Lots of times when I was just going to go over there for 2, 3, 4 weeks, I would buy a month's worth of insurance. Back that's pre-COVID. It'd probably run me, $70, $80. If you're younger, maybe cheap. I don't know. But now when I go over there living, I have a bank account that has enough money in it that would cover most things. And insurance companies over there, there's a lot of horror stories from personal friends of mine. And, that's why I'd rather just pay it out of my pocket, because you're going to end up doing it anyways, 9/10 of the time. If you just want the flight insurance, you want there's some pretty good companies out there, but I'm not going to get into that because there's a million people out there talking about it. And, vaccines. Now, Thailand just came up with a new one. I've read about, I've watched about, well, I didn't watch the 6 videos. I've seen about 6 videos already about different people talking about the new COVID restrictions that they have now that China's opening up. But anyways, what you can see them, there's a lot of them out there. You can just go to the BangkokPost.com, and that's where they're getting their information, because it's that's where they get it. So just as long as I don't know, they don't know yet what if you're not vaccinated, what the deal is. But if you are, just as long as you had at least 2 shots or 1 Johnson. You know what I mean. So just do your due diligence before you leave. And you do your research, research things to make it a little bit easier once you get there. You transpo visas and rules, and even customs and traditions, which a lot of the videos will get into that. And the only thing I want to talk about is like for instance, myself, I'm going to be going straight. I got 4 different flights. Normally it doesn't happen that way, but I'm going from Arizona to Los Angeles, from Los Angeles to Doha to Bangkok, and then from Bangkok to Siem Reap. And I'm not going to be spending any time in Bangkok, but I do have to go from Suvarnabhumi Airport, which is the major one, up to Don Muang. And I go, oh man, I'm gonna have to take a taxi or something. That's going to be, $15-20 or whatever, and traffic jams or whatever. And I did a little bit of researching on it, and there is free shuttles going from the major airport up to Don Muang in Bangkok. So I wouldn't have known that. I did my due diligence, and hey, I want to save some money now. So what else? I got my notes because I get old. I pack light too. I am notoriously for overpacking. I have been. I've flown probably 15, 16 times since 2016, minus the COVID time. And I could never get it right. I'm getting better. There's my 1 suitcase right there, and I got a carry-on and a personal bag. My personal bag actually is doubling as my computer bag. I'll be fine. But if you're going over Southeast Asia, and if you need another shirt or 2, they're dirt cheap over there anyways. Cambodia, even a little bit more inexpensive, not cheap. Some of them are. One other thing I'll talk about is the SIM cards, so your phone can work. You can. There's all kinds of different companies in all the different countries, and just type in which one do you think is going to be the best. What has the best coverage, or I'm going to be going up this part of the country. Does it work up there? Things like that. I had gotten Google Fi for my Google phone, and it don't work. Just to let you know. But one little life hack, I guess you would call it, on the SIM cards for me is, when you get your SIM card, they're going to give you a little card where the card came from, a little small card, and they take it out, and there's information and phone numbers and stuff. And there's also your card's phone number. So you have your phone number. Well, if you take a screenshot of that right away, okay, you don't have to carry that around with you and lose it, and then you don't know your phone number. And sure enough, somebody's gonna, we need your phone number to fill out this form or whatever it is. You'll have it in your screenshots instead of your photos, because if you're like me, I take a million photos, and then you scroll. Yeah, I've got it here somewhere. Hang on, man. Just much easier. Just boom, boom, boom. There's your screenshots. It's in your screenshot. And of course, it's probably good to get some more screenshots of like your visa, your passport. If you want to take your cards, so you got, especially the back, so you got the number, the 1-800 number in case. But yeah, that's all 101. That's all traveling 101. But I thought I'd mention it anyway. What else do we have? Let's talk a little bit. I'm moving over there for 12 to 18 months on this trip, and I'll probably be going back after that. So I just wanted to touch on, some things that I've been looking into when I'm going to move over there. You get over there. Once I get to Siem Reap, I'm going to just find a cheap place to stay. You can get rooms for $6-7 a night, $5 a night. You want a hostel, you can get some of them for $3 a night, and then go and find, take your time and find a nice place that you want to live at. There are really good prices on that. You can go on Facebook Marketplace. You're going to get a lot of people that want to help you with everything about moving in. Or you can go to IPS, which I highly recommend. They're like an apartment finder service. They're really great people. Highly recommend. Ask for Melly, and they'll take you around and you tell them this is what I want exactly, and then they'll go, okay, well, let's take a look at these 4 or 5 different places today, and if you don't like it, we can do it again. But once you find your place that you like, be sure that that's where you want to be. Ask them, kind of try to make a deal, and it in the long run it'd be worth it. Say, hey, look, I want to stay here 1 month. I'm not going to sign a lease. I'm going to stay here 1 month. If I like it, I'll sign like a 12-month lease. And what kind of deal will you give me on that? Because you never know. You never know. You don't want to be right next to a temple. They get very loud. And you don't want to be right next to a school. And they get very, very loud. And according to some vlogger friends of mine, don't get a place in between a school and a temple. Just so be careful on that. Make sure that you really want to stay there for a long time. I've known people that have signed and then they're go for whatever reason, even if they liked it, something came up, and so signing leases are kind of spooky. But the most that you can lose is your deposit, which is usually 1 month's rent. And don't take it if it's any more than that. Just say no. If they say, well, that'll be $300 for 1 month rent deposit, and if they say no, well, it's going to be 2, then just offer them, no, I'll pay you $250 for the deposit, and then they'll kind of. What else do I got here? Oh yeah, well, actually, I'm going to be staying at a homestay. A friend of mine and I stayed last time, and I highly recommend when you travel, if you can. Stay at a homestay. Basically, it's somebody's home, kind of. They'll have an extra room, or sometimes a separate building, whatever. But you get to know the people and interact with that. Learn some things that they're just wonderful, wonderful times. I've never had a negative experience at a homestay. Matter of fact, other than being crazy when I was a little bit younger, staying in the hostels, homestays are a little bit like a hostel sometimes, but not as crazy. And I've been some crazy hostels, and that was a lot of fun. All right. Another thing I want to talk about is, now this is going to be hard when you first get there, but have a budget. Okay. Just start out a little bit of a budget. Or at least get it set up. You can always change it. I've got one of these kind. I don't like doing it online. I'm really bad at doing something like that. But, I just wrote out some of the things that I thought I would need. That's private. Some of the expenses that I thought I would have, and I don't know exactly I don't know how much my rent's going to be yet, how much utilities. I just said, okay, this is what I want to afford. Okay. And then just start just marking it down when you spend money every day. Keep track of it on a weekly basis, and then consolidate it every month or whatever. And the reason I say that is it gives you a really good understanding of where your money's going and how you can actually save money. Because if you don't look at it, you'll forget, what did I spend that $20 on 3 days ago? What was that? So if you start seeing these patterns that, maybe I can spend a little bit less here, but maybe I can spend a little bit more over here, that I'd like to get some, more Western food, or travel a little bit more, or whatever, save some money for a long trip. Just saying, budgets help. And we're almost done here. Well, we still got a little bit. Don't hang up. Don't hang up yet. still got some more good info for you. Anyways, hi, whoever's there. I didn't make a video for this week, so I thought, and I wanted to put out this information. So I said, well, let me put it in a live and see if anybody shows up. So you 2-3 people that have been popping in and out, thumbs up, please. And thank you for coming. You're my number one fans. You know that. Okay, a couple other items. Emergency fund. That's always nice to have an emergency fund. I won't get into, there's a lot of examples of why, but I won't get too far into that. But at least have enough funds to get home if something happens, other than, a round trip ticket. If you don't have, if you come in on a one way and this, that, or whatever, at least have that much, if not more. And like I said, I also have a separate fund for my medical. And that could be a whole nother video there on medical, but I'll just generally speak about medical and stuff. Because if you can't say anything good, don't say anything at all. And what else do we got? Oh yeah, and making friends. Like I said, stay at a homestay for a little bit until you find your place or whatever, to meet the Khmer people. Make some Cambodian friends, Khmer. I want to get tagged on that. Yes, Joe, the word Khmer is correct. But you can also like go on, some of the expat, what do they call it, on Facebook, some of their groups that they have, and they have a ton of good information, just tons and tons of good information there, and getting to meet them, and interact, and they can, well, no, that's a better thing to, or that's, don't do this. Hey, go down there. Just a lot of good information. Saved me money in the past, and I hope it saves you money also. So that's unless you guys want to ask me any questions, or girls. But yeah, I'm going to be flying from Arizona here. Be going out of Tucson early in the morning, a couple days from now, and then I'll be going into Los Angeles. I got about 4 or 5 hours in Los Angeles, and then hop on the flight there. It's going to go all the way across the United States, across the Atlantic Ocean, and in Europe and all that, and end up in Doha, Qatar. I'm taking Qatar Airlines. I did that last year too, and a really, really nice airline. And then I got about a 4-hour layover there. That's one more thing I want to say. It's important to have, I don't want that long of a layover. If you only have like an hour and a half layover or something, anything can happen, and you missed your connecting flight. More times than not, they're going to say, well, that's your own fault, unless it actually really was their fault. That's whatever they decide. So yeah, a minimum of 3 hours for sure, between flights, if not more. Plus it gets you time to get off the plane, walk around a little bit, get something to eat. But that's what I would recommend, because it's just a wise thing to do, I think. Not saying that I'm a wise man, but I am saying I am a man, no? Drinking stuff. Yummy. Oh, wow, I've got, hey, Nelson, I made it back. Well, made it back where? I'm still in United States, out in the desert. Don't like it here. My skin falls off. I got to put on lotion like 10 times a day. But yeah, I am going to be going back to Cambodia here in a couple of days, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm going to have a great time. Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Long time no see. Like I had mentioned earlier, I didn't make a video this week. I've been really busy tying up loose ends, packing, getting, buying whatever I need and all that. So, and I wanted to give this information out. A lot of information. And so I said, well, let me just throw on a live and see who pops up and says hi. but that's what I'm doing. And I think I just really covered everything. Shoot, I've been on for 24, 25 minutes already. See, travel, cheap, insurance, do your research, your due diligence, you know what I'm talking about. And then kind of talking a little bit about moving to Cambodia or moving anywhere. Is really, that stuff was good for moving anywhere. A little bit about the SIM card and the life hack, you know, take a screenshot, not a photo, take a screenshot of the little card that you get with it, with your phone number on it. Makes it a lot easier. And yeah, that's that really. Unless y'all guys got some questions, I'm kind of done here. I didn't really even expect it to go this long, but I can smell the spaghetti cooking. My daughter's cooking up some spaghetti right now, and she knows that's my favorite. My favorite kind of noodles are spaghetti noodles. I do like noodles, though. Oh, yeah. I had mentioned about that. Well, no. As of this morning, no. They require you to have your vaccine cards or some kind of doctor thingy or whatever. But the COVID insurance is only for those who are coming from a country that requires a PCR when you go back. And the Bangkok Post specifically said India and China. And I'll check it again tomorrow. But that's I checked it with a couple of vloggers that Integra Legal, and also Tim's new channel, Tim Newton Time. I think it's Tim Newton Time. Yeah, I think it's called Tim Newton's Time or something like that. So yeah, that really concerned me too, because I mean, I'm not staying in Bangkok. I'm going right from one airport to the next, but that don't count. That's not like going right through. Going right through in the airports, according to Bangkok, is when you don't even go through customs. So you're still in the, what do you call it? Wherever where the planes are taking off area, the departure area. So you're always in the security area if you just pass them through. But my plane comes into BKK and it leaves out of Don Muang. So, I got to take a free shuttle. I looked that up. That was kind of neat. Leaves like every 15 minutes to half hour or whatever. So I should have no problem with that. So I'm looking forward to it. Getting antsy. So, yeah. Well, Stephen, just check that out. If you do have questions about it, well, you're there anyways, aren't you? But yeah, that when I first I woke up a couple days ago and I was checking stuff on the internet, and all of a sudden I'm going, oh, wait. I'm like, oh, crap. Because if you know my story, I did talk about it on one of my videos when I first got into Thailand last year, when they had the sandbox and all that. Man, let me tell you, it took me a long time just to get into Thailand. 3 attempts, 3 different plane flights. One of them I lost. I couldn't get my money back, which I talked about earlier in this video. And so, no, it can't happen again right before I was going to leave. That's what happened last year too. Right before I was going to leave, not again. that would be horrible. I think I'd swim over there. I don't know. But yeah, I checked it out, and but then again, it's Thailand. It can change and does change daily, sometimes even in between the day. I can't remember what the heck happened, but they passed one law in the afternoon, and they had an emergency meeting, and they rescind it about midnight that night. What province of Cambodia are you looking at? Definitely Siem Reap. Absolutely Siem Reap. That's, Siem Reap grabbed my heart. It's a great place. Love it. So not much into big cities. I wouldn't stay in Phnom Penh. That's just me, though. I don't like big cities, except Bangkok. Bangkok is Bangkok. It's Oriental City. If you remember that song from long time ago. but yeah, not sure where I'm going to be staying at. I had a really nice apartment when I was in Siem Reap last time. And of course, I got a video you can check. And I don't think I'll stay there again, but there's a possibility I might. But it was a choice place. It had 2 balconies. It had a patio up on the 4th floor that I was at, overlooking the river. Beautiful, beautiful place. But I'm trying to save a little bit more money this time and not splurge so much, because I'm going to be there for a long time. But I do want to try to, other than traveling around Cambodia, I do want to take a couple of trips. I'd like to go down to Bali for a week. I think that was like $270 for the plane ticket or something like that. Pretty cheap when you get down there, from what I've researched on. So, but just places like that. I'd also like to go to where is it? Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And so, right. Hey, well, Nelson, that you're my number one fan, right? Well, thank you very much. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. That was a nice place. That was a really nice place. I don't know. I'm very tempted to go back there, but there's also some other places I could save $100, which is just equally as nice. It had a pool, and I only used all that 6 months I was there at that place. I only used the pool about 4 or 5 times. I thought it'd be great, because when I rented it, it was April, May, and it's hotter than hell. I'm going, give me a pool. I was up on the 4th floor. I had a great breeze coming in my door, going out the other door, and it was just, never used my aircon once. But yeah, I'll be there soon. Sure, I have everything. Yeah. So, you guys got any other questions for me? If not, I think I might call this a quits here and go down and eat some spaghetti that my daughter cooked, because I love spaghetti. So, okay, with that being said, I'm going to cut this short now, and I hope everybody enjoys it. And if you do have any questions, leave me, for the people that are watching it afterwards, leave me a question below, and I'll get back with you. I always do. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later, and see you all in in Cambodia someday. If that's the case, I'll have a beverage of your choice. All right, you guys take it easy, and talk to you later. Bye.